Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a squad builder here on FIFA 18 Ultimate Team, where we're going to take half a team of very popular and overpowered players that people love to use from their Premier League, put them in half the side of the team, and then half the side of the team is going to be icons, because I want to see if those overpowered players can keep up to the level of icons and just see how overpowered some players can be on this game, or whether or not icons really do just completely and utterly wipe the floor with those OP players. So that's what we're going to do today. I hope you do enjoy. This is quite similar to my Tots versus Sweat that I've done in previous years, but obviously with icons and then not sweaty players, because they can be quite expensive. As you can see on screen right now, we've got the likes of Antonio Valencia. He's quite an expensive right back, so I'm not going for like the sweaty players. This could have been Bellerin if it was the sweaty ones, right? But just those overpowered crazy players that people love to use on the game. And yeah, so Valencia was the first one, Eric Bailly is the second one, right? I had a lot of these ideas from you guys on Twitter suggesting who the players that everyone loves to use are, and Eric Bailly, of course, was one of the main names that pops up. He's so good this year, 78 pace, 84 defending and physical, and he's just ridiculous. He really, really is. We then have Bakayoko, right? This was a major suggestion from you guys. You have to stick Bakayoko into an overpowered Prem side, right? He is 82 rated this year, and I got a few friends that think he's genuinely as good, if not better, than Patrick Vieira on this game. That's kind of strange. That's kind of mad. Is he really? We'll find out based, well, on another central midfield icon today. We've got Raheem Sterling on the right-hand side. You could use Mkhitaryan. You could use Willian. Willian's a very popular player, for instance. But the pace on that Sterling, I come up against him all the time. And then, of course, Gabriel Jesus up front, right? Who doesn't use Gabriel Jesus? I think I come up against this guy in about 97.5% of games that I ever go into. So, because he's now so cheap, everyone's got him at their disposal, and he is a very, very solid player on the game. And I wonder how he'll do against the icon striker that I've got today. So it's not like an out-and-out battle. I'm just trying to see which players are like good value for money, which ones are going to be like almost keeping up to the level, because we've got some pretty mad icons in this team today. It's like half gold, half blue. It looks pretty awesome. And the centre-back that goes up against like Eric Bailly as an icon is Laurent Blanc. I bought him for 900,000 coins. He's got 79 pace, 90 defending and 85 physical. And he's 6'3", really good work rates as well. I think he's great. I love him. So it's going to take quite a lot for someone like Bailly to persuade me to think he's a little bit better. Roberto Carlos, like I've told you so many times, this is the best SBC I've done. This guy is a complete game changer up and down that left-hand side. 92 pace, like crazy shot power, like long shot ability, free kicks. The guy's a beast. On the left-hand side of midfield then, I've got Robert Pires today. He's someone that I did the Prime Icon SBC a while back, and I haven't used him a whole bunch. And I want to see if he's actually any good, because to be honest, I did the SBC so that I've got a cheap icon to submit into an SBC along the way for another more expensive Prime Icon. And then, of course, we have Ruud Gullit in the midfield. Yeah, I used to have Patrick Vieira, and it would have been quite nice to rate like Bakayoko versus Vieira, but I sold him. You know, he got a prime icon. I needed to offload just in case he did completely and utterly crash in price. And Ruud Gullit is a staple in my midfield, probably the best player on the game. He's just a complete and utter beast. And then the one that I have been non-stop tweeting about, and I even made a video about the other day. If you're looking to see a video about the ultimate number 9 on FIFA 18, we have Ronaldo Nazario, El Fenomeno, R9 Ronaldo, 94 rated, 5-star skills and weak foot, 93 pace, dribbling, shooting, he's got it all. He's a complete and utter just god on the game. He really is. So yeah, Gabriel Jesus is going to have to step his game up to keep in line with the likes of 94 R9. So this is the squad. Now, when I do Tots versus Sweat, people sometimes suggest that I mix those players around in the squad so that they're not necessarily all on one side and stuff. So we could go something like this, so that we've got like blue, gold, or I could then switch the strikers around or something, just to sort of mix all the icons and stuff up. Not necessarily going to force the ball to anyone when I play these games. I'm just going to see who's in the right spot, and I imagine R9 is going to score the most goals. And that was definitely the case, right? He just is unbelievable. We start off with the Roberto Carlos volley. I'd gone on a mazy run with him because that's what you do with Roberto Carlos. And then he ended up in like centre of midfield randomly, and a volley came up to him and he took it very, very well. Next goal we score is a header from Robert Pires. Not something you would necessarily expect, but this is one thing that I really like about Pires, is that I can sometimes be in left midfield, right? He's a little bit further back than a winger and stuff. You can sometimes do a massive switch of play. My right back, Valencia, moves the ball over the pitch to Robert Pires, and he's actually a threat in the air and can sometimes win that header to then play it onto, nod it onto Ronaldo, or nod it back into the middle to Bakayoko or Ruud Gullit or something. So that's really good. That's something, that's like an edge that someone like Pires would have over the likes of someone like Raheem Sterling, or even like Martial if you were comparing a French left mid to an icon French left mid. Sterling, though, does get a goal for us, and I've got to say, positioning-wise and pace and dribbling-wise, this is one of the greatest like value for money players you're going to get. I imagine if you started an Ultimate Team account, let's say you started an Ultimate Team account on a Sunday, the last day of squad battles, you had a fresh account, bronze players and whatnot. If you played against like a semi-pro or maybe even a professional, if you can handle it, with that bronze team, and then you got your rewards that night, you could easily get up to, I don't even know how many coins in one day, and this might be a little experiment that I could try out. I could start a new account up and see where we get to. But I imagine you could get a squad with the likes of Sterling, with Jesus, maybe Martial, definitely Bakayoko. I reckon you could get that cheap OP Prem team that you guys come up against in literally a day without really trading, just by playing a little bit of the game on the right day to get the rewards and stuff. I think it's possible. So maybe that's a video that I do in the near future on how to best start Ultimate Team if it's not right at the start of the game. If we're talking about now, here, you know, after Christmas, whilst the market is on its arse and stuff like that, I'm sure we could find a way to get a really overpowered team in just a few games with like, honestly, a couple of hours played. It's so easy this year to make those coins initially at the start of the game. And then we're on to like the montage now of scoring all the goals with R9 Ronaldo. You will have seen that I was able to get a couple with Gabriel Jesus. What I would say about him is that he wasn't as well positioned as R9, as you would expect. But he's still a very, very crazy, overpowered player. And what you get is someone that actually, for an 80, is he 81 rated, Gabriel Jesus? For an 81 rated player, he can't half pass the ball. Like, he gets pretty much all the assists along, you know, to R9 Ronaldo, because Ronaldo's making that fantastic run, and then Gabriel Jesus sort of gets that 1-2 pass and lays it back off to him. He's really good at that, and that hold-up play from a little player like him is not something I would have expected. Now, sometimes I'll go on a crazy R9 tear and I'll do like a mad rainbow flick volley or something, and probably the best part about R9 is the fact that I score so many volleys with this guy. He is the king at them. For some reason, outside the box, whether that ball's in the air or whatever, he can just smash it home with the most accuracy and power and everything. What a god he is, on either foot as well, because of that 5-star weak foot, of course. So yeah, it was going to always be a really tough thing for Gabriel Jesus to even keep up with the likes of R9, because one, I rate him so highly in terms of footballers that I love, and two, like, it's R9 on the game. He's going to have these crazy stats and he's going to be able to perform way better than anyone else, surely. But if we were to take a little look at the team, and pound for pound, you know, Antonio Valencia versus Roberto Carlos. Yeah, Roberto Carlos does absolutely wipe the floor with him because he's got attacking ability as well. But value for money, like Valencia as a right back this year is unbelievably good on the game. He does me in all the time when I come up against him. So props to him. But yeah, Roberto Carlos wins. And I think what really struck me here is that just how good Bailly was in the defence. For me, nearly as good as Blanc makes me kind of want to sell Blanc, because Bailly's so good this year. He easily wins that little category for me. And I think because both of those midfielders there, Pires and Sterling, they can get involved, but in the left mid, right mid spot, they don't get super involved. I think Raheem Sterling really takes that one in terms of value for money and what works on Ultimate Team. You know, he's got that blistering pace and that agility and stuff to just get past defenders like they're not even there. And yeah, Bakayoko's good, but he's not as good as Ruud Gullit. Ruud Gullit's the most complete player on the game, but you can't go wrong with the Frenchman from Chelsea for like 2,000 or 3,000 coins. He may even be less than that at this point in time. What a beast. And then the strike force. If you've got a cheap team, Gabriel Jesus all the way. If you can afford it, or if you are looking to splurge, then 94 Ronaldo might be the best striker I've ever used on FIFA ever. And I'm a big Patrick Kluivert fan. I've used loads of icons. I've used loads of the best players on the game. One player I haven't used, striker 94 or striker 95, Cristiano Ronaldo. I wonder if he's better. If anyone out there has loads and loads of coins and has used both 94 R9 and 95 CR7, I'd love to know who you think the better striker is, or if there's anyone better than this 94 R9 at this point in time in the game. Because I'd be interested to know, is Pele better? Is Maradona better? Your thoughts in the comment section would be appreciated. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video today. An excuse to use some pretty awesome icons alongside some really overpowered players to mix the squad up a bit and see what's really worth it on FIFA Ultimate Team. Do me a favour and hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a good day, guys. I'll catch you next time. Peace.